Hey, thanks for joining us on Business Basics. I'm here with Angie Nilsson. My name's Nathan Johnson, and we want to talk to you today about the change that the world has gone through in the last 2 to 3 years. We had a little bit of an event around 2020. I don't know if anyone's aware of this, but we had an unfortunate worldwide pandemic, and this may or may not have had some impact on how business is run today. But it really has had a major impact. And one of the things we wanted to discuss is the changes in just from a management point of what's going on. There's been a big conversation going through the business world at the moment about everyone changing from observable management styles and transitioning towards the measurement management styles. Now, for anyone that's just joining us, observable management is the management where we've been able to watch, monitor, follow, sort of hands-on mentor, be really close to everyone and keep track of things through sort of our physical presence. One of the things that COVID did, unfortunately, was drive us apart a bit, 6 feet plus. And so we wanted to make sure we adapted to that. So a lot of places have been saying they've had a lot of success with remote management. So what we've actually transitioned to is actually measured management. What measured management is instead of focusing on what we observably see, we're focusing on strictly the measured result. And one thing that I'd like to have a conversation about is how you feel things have changed and impacted your world as a COO.
Yeah, I find for years now, even before the pandemic hit, a lot of people have been talking more about wanting to run autonomously and just having that freedom. And so I know a lot of managers started approaching, how do I just give someone kind of the end goal and allow them to get there however they want? And that way they're more empowered and inspired. And so I believe COVID really pushed it to that next level. So we weren't able to then just walk over to someone's desk, or you can't look over their shoulder, not that you should ever be doing that. But this allowed everyone to go to their homes and then just have what you were supposed to do, the end goal, and how it's going to be measured, and then you decide how you get there. So I find that it's actually brought about all sorts of creativity. And so people are able to get out of their shells, actually be passionate about what they're doing, and they hit the same end goal. Usually it's quicker and they own it, they love it, they are inspired to be able to do different things now. So I find that they are able to have specific measurements that they have to hit, but it doesn't have to be someone else's way. They're not doing it the Nathan way or the Angie way, that they're really owning their role.
Yeah, I definitely have found that the autonomy with our team has been astronomically empowering, and a lot of people are more excited to be able to see that their impact is right up front with what everyone's seeing in the company. So instead of being, feeling like you're a number in the machine, you get to point at that thing and say, hey, that chunk there, that was me. We were doing that as a department, and that is what is driving the company. So really engaging with people and allowing them to be empowered to do things the way they need to. A lot of that's really changing the landscape. As we were doing our business assessments and discussions, we were finding that a lot of companies, by a lot, I mean probably all of them that we talked to, said that the biggest problem they have with growing their company is attracting talented people. And one of the things that I think is really important about measured management that a lot of people don't really quite see is that when you attract someone talented, you want them to be driven. You want them to be chomping at the bit, biting your heels to get things done. And having a measured style instead of an observable style really lets those people be empowered to be let loose and drive that value. And I don't know if this has been an experience for you with attracting talent or looking at that as a part of your business.
Now, instead of looking in just, where you're located, in the city that you're in, the whole world is really an option to you for that talent pool. So you aren't governed by countries or what city you're in. You can go anywhere. And so we've been using that more and more. You can take advantage of it. We find that, like myself, I went and worked remotely for 3 months from a tropical island. And I could do that, and I could run our entire company, and we didn't skip a beat. And we have people working with our company who live across the country here. They live in different cities. We're able to just pick up, get right on the computer and we're all as if we're in the same room. So I find that we're attracting talent way beyond what we could 2 years ago.
For sure. And it even works really well with companies that have to deal a lot with subcontractors, external parties, consultants, because bringing them on board into a measured system makes a lot of clarity. So when a subcontractor or a consultant comes to you, you immediately can show them, hey, this is our measured result. This is what we're aiming to grow and target. It immediately gives that party the ability to say, oh, wow, that makes it a lot more straightforward. We can adjust our tactics, make sure we're utilizing your resources at the highest capacity to help you accomplish what you're measuring. And that way it makes everything a lot easier for you, so you're not checking in to see if they've accomplished task A, B, or C, or D. You're more seeing, is the measured result moving, and how well is that doing for the company?
Exactly. And so what we do now is we say, this is the measured result. You set A, B, C, and D. Because I don't care how you get there. You can do whatever you want. So then they're able to set their own little milestones, and then we're all accomplishing the same goals.
Yeah. No, that's